Good everyone, welcome to today's video, and today it's a Talisman flight in the Do-17 E-1. Now, straight away off the bat, I don't think we're going to get much out of this plane. I said that with the Catalinas though, and we got 3 kills a match, so you never know, we could, but I severely doubt it. So the Do-17 E-1, nicknamed the Pencil Bomber, because it looks unusually like a pencil, and probably full of lead as well during the RAF's attempts to shoot these things down. There were a series of Schnell bombers designed in the early 30s to essentially outrun all opposing aircraft. The Luftwaffe had plenty of these aircraft in service, and they thought they were still good enough for the Battle of Britain. The Hurricanes and Spitfires soon taught taught the Germans a lesson. Let's just say that. Of course, the Hurricane primarily shot down the bombers, whilst the Spitfire went after the fighters. But sometimes Spitfires were used against bombers, and well, the Do-17 was soon phased out of service due to its insufficientness. Let's just say that. So the Do-17 E-1 is armed with a single 7.92 machine gun facing the front and also facing downwards in a defensive position. This is not a very ideal position, and the Germans soon worked that out. It had very limited arc of fire, and even then, it just didn't have the punching power. So what you'll see is in the later Do-17s, such as the Z7 and the Z2, they will have a sort of Ju-88 inspired lower section where the 7.92 can traverse a bit more. There were no field modifications done to fix this problem, and well, we're stuck with the lower gun being basically useless. The top turret, however, is, well, I call it a turret, it's not really a turret, but the top gunner position is a lot better, and it just overall looks a lot more how the defensive armament should. So we're going to take a look at the armament. Obviously, we've got two 7.92s, as I mentioned. One is pointing downwards and only has a limited traverse of, well, once I get my cursor on the gun, it has vertical guidance of 35 degrees downwards, none upwards, and 30 degrees left and right. It's, well, as far as I'm aware, that's left and right. It's not too bad, but the top gun is better. Obviously, it doesn't point through the tail, so if you get a person who's just a little bit under your tail section, the gunner will be unable to fire. That's what we're going to try and avoid though. Upwards it can point to 25 degrees, which isn't bad. Excuse me there. And well, it's not a bad defensive position. We are powered by two BMW 4 7.3, I'm guessing that means liter, if I had to take a guess, 12-cylinder inlines, producing 585 power normal and 750 power or horsepower on whip. These engines are not that powerful, I will tell you that much. They are essentially ripped from the HE-51 biplane in a way and just tuned up slightly. They're not suitable for powering a bomber, that's for certain. So what about payload? Well, if we get Essen, we will be using the 10 times 50 kilogram payload. If we get Bastogne, we'll use the 2 times 250 kilogram payload. And anything else we could potentially get, we'll just use the 250s. Overall, this bomber is not really good in terms of payload. The Stuka can carry a comparable payload to it. Yes, it's at a higher BR, but you also get the chance to troll people with it. It's severely unlikely we'll get to troll people in this plane, but you never know. We might get lucky. Obviously, the Do-17Z2 has the lower gun, which I mentioned. I'll briefly show that in case you were confused as to what I said. As you can see, the gunner is in a lot more maneuverable position. He can point both upwards and downwards in terms of traverse. It's a very good defensive position, but this lower section here, where the machine gun sticks out, is not very good. I don't think we'll get a kill with that lower gun. We might get one with the top, and we might get one with the front. We'll just have to see. So, let's jump right in. I'm actually glad I'm getting this one over and done with. Obviously, we do have the Ju-88A1, which is slightly more troublesome, but I'm hoping we can carpet bomb a convoy or something with that. And here we are. We have consolidation of positions on Sicily. This sort of map would be preferred for the 1050 kilogram bombs, so that's what we're going to take. The front gun, I'm giving it Omni-Purpose, also known as Universal. These are just standard MG15 and MG17 belts, so they're not the most powerful, but they'll get the job done if you get enough bullets on target. So let's see what the old girl can do, because I haven't flown this thing. Well, in fact, I tell a lie, I haven't flown it in RB for donkeys, but I flew it in arcade briefly with Adam, as I mentioned. He's in the Discord. Nice bloke. He won't have a clue about War Thunder yet, but he's slowly getting there. So it would appear we're at a battle rating 1.7 maximum match, so that's a good start already. So what I'm planning is, I'm thinking if I carpet bomb one of the convoys, I can then maybe go hunt a bomber or something. However, I have no idea where that Stuka is going, so let's go for the second convoy in. Now, I have no idea why, but it would appear my hands are starting to shake a little. I don't know why. I've had lunch and everything. I've just been normal all day. To be fair though, I've been doing a lot of things like revision, coursework, which involves a lot of typing, and things like that. Oh, there's a Hudson. Nice. And it would appear we're all going for the same bloody convoy, so now I'll turn and engage another convoy. It would be nice if your team would communicate and actually tell you where they're bloody going, but whatever. I'm not expecting much out of this plane, so anything that I would deem to be a decent battle we're going to use as footage, so. And there we go, that Stuka just killed himself but got 6 ground targets. Not a bad start for him. That is a lot of enemy biplanes. Specifically Russian biplanes. It's Russian. Okay, let's start getting the bombs out. I'm obviously pressing the spacebar individually, so that way we're not dropping a bomb series. The reason for that is because I want to utilize as much bombs as we can to get as many points as we can. There is method in my madness. So we've lost 3 planes to the enemy's none. Only 2 of them have counted as crash. Well, 2 of them have counted as crashes. 1 of them has counted as. And we got a AAA truck. We got anything else? An armored car. We got 4 AAA and a M8 Greyhound. Not a bad start. It appears to be a lot of Russians though, which it's concerning. We can outrun some of the Russian planes. However, I do not want to test my theory on that. And yes, there is we reply on the bomb bay. I thought I'd add a bit more character to the plane. You guys know me, I do love adding a bit more character to my aircraft. There's an I-15 down there. The elevator authority on this aircraft has always been quite good. That's why I like the Does. The Does in general. That's a MiG-3. I want to get out of it now, because that thing can catch us and can kill us. Very easily. And I think he might be coming up for us, so let's use our speed and get back in the clouds. There's a bolo there, actually. Is he coming for us? No, he's not, so let's go see if we can hit the bolo. Just got to watch ourselves, obviously. That bolo doesn't have very good defensive armament, but it's still good enough to down us. Yep, the MiG's coming up for us. We ain't got much time to do this. That's fine, but that MiG is going to tear us a new arsehole if we're not careful. This guy's soaking up a lot of hits, but that's fine. Crit. This MiG is really desperate to pad his stats, clearly. Come on, turn. There we go. We're taking engine damage, we're taking hits from something else, I don't know what. The MiG's obviously on our ass. Let's see if we can jump into defensive gunner and take him out. Doubt it, but you never know. It's quite clear now this guy's going for the ram, because he's pathetic. I don't get why people go for the ram on early tiers, like, you're not accomplishing anything. My team's pretty much dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And it's not like we're going to outturn a MiG-3, because, well, it's a MiG. Do-17 or not, with its excellent authority and controls, we are not outrunning this guy, or outturning him. I mean, we're turning the tide on him, but even then, you can just pull it vertical, we've had it. Like what he's doing right now. And, well, this is going to be a short battle, so we might have to do 2 battles at this rate, people. Unless the MiG cocks it up, which I doubt it. And I've just cocked it up by turning off my engines when I meant to press 0, or circle. O. That's what I meant to press, but me being a twat, I didn't press it. And we've got a lot of enemy planes coming in now, so... I got a hit. That's something. Got D500 coming in. We've got the whole 9 yards, basically. If you want to get technical, we are an ace in terms of ground forces, but that doesn't really count to me. Oh, really? He scores a single shot with a freaking 50 cal and crits our tail control. Okay. That's added a bit more interesting to the twist, let's just say that. Of course, he's that scared of a tail gunner, he has to hide like a bitch, and there we go, we're dead. The team was useless! Bloody hell, I've never seen a German team collapse that quickly. Well, we couldn't do much, so... on to the next one, I guess. I mean, we put up a good fight, but... hold on, I'm just going to answer this guy. Fair play to that MiG pilot. He was quite pleasant about it. It's just, he got a bit scared about tail gunner. I don't get why. It's an MG-15. But GG to you, Lux Warrior, and on to the next one. Will you now join me in the second flight? Obviously, the first flight didn't go too well, but we got to have a nice dogfight with that MiG-3. I actually spoke to the pilot a little bit after the fight. He said I put up a bloody good fight for a doe. He said if I was in the night fighter variant, I'd have had him, no problem at all, but you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, the B-18 bowler that we engaged with the front gun, we didn't get the kill on, which was disappointing, but turns out that MiG-3 pilot was a stat padder, but he still did say valiant effort, very valiant effort. He said he's never seen a Do-17E maneuver that aggressively to try and get on his tail. I did say to him, he flew his MiG-3 perfectly fine. I mean, he did it exactly how you should. Nice chap, at least. I mean, it's not very often you get a nice chap like that. But I believe these Do-17Es were taken out of service in 1941. They were deemed obsolete. They were just, I think some of them were either field modified or they were just completely scrapped and all that. That looks like an F22222. But there wasn't really much I could have done that battle, to be honest. I mean, I was up against a MiG-3 for Christ's sake, and we did that well. I was turn fighting with him and everything. I mean, just trying to identify aircraft right now. So if you happen to know that MiG-3 pilot yourself, do send him a message to say that I said congratulations for that fight. I mean, I knew he was going to win it, but this doe really did maneuver nicely when I told it, or when I wanted it to. There is an F22222. I might have a crack at him actually. Okay. Bomb doors open. I do see other things moving down there, so I do want to take that into consideration. Really? I had the bomb doors open, you bloody game. Right, okay. Go for another convoy then. That's annoying. I did have the bomb doors open then, but then they're bloody shut. I don't know why. Okay. What the hell was that? Right, I don't know. Don't care. We'll get me bombs off first. Before we even think about that. What the hell? Who's that SB? Is that a bolo trying to get it on my tail? Yes, it bloody is. This is hilarious. Well, I can't say I've ever had this before, but this bolo is attempting to shoot us down. It's quite clear I'm the better gunner. I don't even know why he's trying this. I mean, I guess I can go back on what I said about us not getting an air kill on this flight, on these flights, but we might just get one at this rate. I mean, I've knackered one of his engines. I have no idea what this guy's playing at. Ow, 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 ow. He's lucky we don't have the gun elevation to bring the dorsal turret up, otherwise we would. His problem is he's high and to our left at the moment. Let's see if we can't bring the nose around like that. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Can we get it up? Nope, we've got to climb a bit. I've never seen a B-18 pilot like this, so this is unique to me. Come on, get him a dorsal gunner fire. We've taken out one of his engines, so already we're doing okay for ourselves. We've damaged the B-18 bolo and taken out 2 armoured trucks. Well, half tracks. I have no idea why this bolo is even attempting to do half the stuff he is. We don't have the power. You can see why the Do-17 was deemed, well, this early Do was deemed underpowered. Don't get me wrong, I love its elevator authority. And of course, a retard and a H-75 has to come and join the party, doesn't he? Because he just has to. Let's have a look. I mean, it's a low level. Yeah. H-75 stat pattern. Seriously. You gotta be some sad bastard to be doing all this. On the plus side, we might be able to outdive him, so let's see what we can do about that. It's an A4, so it's 2.0 that thing is. Where's my fighters? Nowhere to be seen. Because of course they have to... They don't help the bombers, but they help themselves. That's literally the Germans' catchphrase for their team, clearly. I don't get why this guy's come all the way out here just to kill a single doe with no bombs. Let's see if we can take him to the grave then. He's that scared of our dorsal gunner as well. He's like the MiG-3 pilot, except this guy has the brains to... Well, he doesn't have the brains to tail sit. And now I'm getting more concerned as the F-2222 is starting to drop in on our tail. That's an engine fire, but we're taking him with us. This guy's now attempted to ram us, it would seem. Okay, the fuel fire is out. His engine fire, not so much. And obviously he has better... Yeah. I knew that was going to happen. But of course, we took him to the grave with us. This is just one of those bombers that I don't recommend people fly anymore. It's just not a good plane. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the 2 flights that I've given you. Obviously, we've had a decent dogfight with a MiG-3. We had that engagement with a bolo, and then we killed this retard. I don't know. I mean, if you look at his stats, I mean, he's a terrible player. He's clearly bought the I-180S, and... Well... Yeah, I mean, he's clearly spaded that Hawk, but he's using it to stat pad. It's just people are pathetic. But let's hope the BF-109B1, which will be the next in the Talisman series, will be a bit better. What the fuck are you doing? Really? This is a friendly bomber, you spaz. What is this guy doing? As if German or Axis teams could get any more retarded. But I don't think it's safe to say that any of my crewmen are getting out this one alive. I mean, theoretically it could be possible that a crewman survived the crash, but... yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's 2 flights in the Do-17 E-1. Again, don't fly this thing like I did. I did try it as a fighter and it does not work well. Just hit a base with it, bugger off back to base. That's all I can really say. If you get someone on your tail, God help you. As even we saw, multiple hits to the Hawk only downed it after what felt like 1,000 shots. But yeah. And of course we had that retard in a Kai-43 who thought I was an enemy bomber. And he shot my aircraft. I don't know why. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one.